Welcome to the latest episode of the Kansas Moonshot Podcast, where we are shining the spotlight on amazing things happening in schools across the state. Whether you're one of the Mercury, Gemini, or Apollo schools launching some amazing redesign plans, or a teacher trying to do something a little different, I want to share your story. The goal is to celebrate the awesomeness all around us. Now, this week's episode has a special guest, Tim Vesco. Tim is a fourth grade teacher from Frank Layden Elementary in Frontenac, Kansas. Tim is the current organizer of the Kansas Ed Chat, and his school is currently in the Apollo Phase of Redesign. In this episode, we talk about some of the important aspects of launching a redesign plan and some of the things they've already implemented as they gear up for fully redesigning their school. Check it out. All right. Well, thank you for being on the show. And if you could start by just introducing yourself, where are you currently teaching, and just let us know where you're at right now.
Oh, good. My name's Tim Vesco. I teach fourth grade at Frank Layden Elementary in Frontenac, Kansas. Frontenac's in the southeast corner of the state. We're really close to Pittsburgh. And this is my 18th year of teaching, and I've taught fourth grade for the majority of those years.
So what is it about fourth grade that interests you? Is it, are you guys a K-5 school or K-6?
Yeah, our elementary is pre-K through 5.
Okay.
And I really think fourth grade's like the perfect age to teach. You can really give them a lot of independence and give them the ideas and see where they can take them, but they still love you a lot, and they want to please you, and they're looking to do their best for you. And I guess that's at every grade level, but in fourth grade they're still like that. It's just a really fun age to teach, and I plan on doing it for being a fourth grade teacher for as long as they'll have me here. Oh no,
I know exactly what you mean, because I teach sixth grade, and that's right at the verge where they start to get a little bit of that middle school attitude, and then they move on, and then by the time they hit 10th, 11th grade, they kind of lose that again. So
yeah.
So I actually first chatted with you through the Kansas Ed Chat. So how did that come about? The Kansas Ed Chat.
Yeah, Kansas Ed Chat's been around for 7 years. I did not start it out. I moderate it now and run it and get it set up for everybody. But it started about 7 years ago. I believe it was Ginger Lumen at ESDAC and a few other people got it started. And then just like with anything, life happens and it kind of went away. And then a teacher down in Valley Center, David Hendershot, started it back up. And when he started it back up, that's when I kind of got involved and would just participate in the chats. And I was really getting a lot out of it and really virtually meeting some really awesome teachers and seeing all the awesome things that were going on in our state. And he asked if I could guest host once, and I said sure. And then he had a new baby come into their life. Him and his wife had a baby, and they needed somebody to take over it. So I took over it with Amanda Buthy from Nest City, and her and I ran it for quite a while. And then she stepped away because her role and her job changed. So I've been running it myself for past 2 years. And it goes really well. It runs really smooth now. It kind of runs itself. I tell everybody, we've got a lot of awesome educators in our state that know more about it and are involved with it. And, I usually throw out dates saying who'd like to host, and they fill up within, usually in an hour. And it's just been a really good thing to get educators in our state connected with each other and share all the good things that are going on in our state. And to give teachers a chance to share their story about what's going on in our classrooms, because there are so many good things. And if we don't share our story and promote what's going on, other people will do that for us. And we don't want that. We want to share the good and the positive things that are going on in their schools, which there's plenty of.
Absolutely. That's the whole theme of my podcast. And I would 100% agree. I joined the Kansas. So it's hashtag KSED chat, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I joined it I started joining the chat maybe a year ago. And it's a really great way to collaborate with people. And I just like how welcoming everyone is. And so people just kind of dive in.
What's cool about it, like when you go to start going to some conferences, you'll start seeing these people that through Twitter, and it's really like you've been friends with them forever, but maybe the first time you've seen face to face, but you've got an instant connection right away, and that they're passionate about education, because for most districts you don't get some do, but you don't get professional development points for participating in this.
Right.
It's because you're wanting to grow personally and professionally, and so you just make the time to do that. So it's just really nice to meet some like-minded people outside of it when you're not doing the chat. So it's been a really good thing. I'm really proud of it. I always say it's kind of like my baby. I'm really excited to see how far it's grown and where we can keep taking it.
Well, and I kind of like too that it's not the same topic every week, and so I really like some of the more theme-based chats. I'm a part of some of those too, like Explore Like a Pirate, things like that. But I like this one too because it's such a wide range of topics.
Exactly, and we have everybody from kindergarten teachers clear up to high school teachers hosting on a variety of topics. Dr. Watson, even though he's a very busy man, will be known to pop in. I know he follows the feed and is looking on there and seeing all the good things going on too. So it's been great. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah. So the other reason why I wanted to bring you on, besides talking all about the Kansas Ed Chat, is on Monday nights at 8:00.
Monday nights 8:00, and we'll be there through all of May. And then we're going to take a break in June and part of July and have a little summer break to refresh a little bit. And then we have one scheduled for the end of July, and then we'll be back every Monday in August, clear through the school year.
Perfect. So I also wanted to bring you on because I saw that you guys are launching the Apollo Phase of Redesign. Is that correct?
Yes. We, Frank Layden Elementary and Frontenac Junior High in our district were selected as a part of the Apollo Redesign group. We found out a couple weeks ago and that we were accepted, and we're really excited down here. We think it's going to be a great thing for our students and for Southeast Kansas.
I really want to reach out to, I might get some information from you on, you said the junior high is doing it as well?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to reach out to them because that's been one of our struggles as a middle school is there aren't a whole lot of middle schools going through it. So I definitely want to reach out to them.
Yeah, for sure. I can put you in touch.
So as far as where you're at in the process, so how long have you known that you're going to be in Apollo school?
Well, we did this a little differently than, like I said, we found out officially a few weeks ago, but the Gemini schools that we're going through the process right now, we actually attended meetings with them and got to see the process as they were going through it. So down here in Southeast Kansas, Neodesha, Fredonia, and Cedarvale were going through the Gemini process, and we were going to the meetings where they were getting the support from the people from the state, and we got to collaborate with them and see what was working for them, what wasn't working, what were some things they were trying, prototyping in their schools. So we're a little bit ahead of the game as a leadership team that are helping plan this because we've seen those schools and what they've gone through. So I think that's why we're so excited. We're really ready to just get in and kind of start defining our whys. We're going to follow the process prescribed by the state exactly. Like we don't want to jump ahead and rush. We got to get the feedback from our communities and our families and our students, and so we're going to follow that step. But going through and seeing the process before and getting a sneak peek for this past semester has been a tremendous help, and I'm really glad we did that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I got frustrated when we first started going through it. I was like, come on, let's go. Let's launch into some stuff. Let's dive in. And I'm so glad that we took that moment to kind of reflect what is important to us, get all the stakeholders involved, because they're really the ones who help keep the momentum going when it gets tough. And, when you run into challenges, they're the ones who say, okay, I get why we're doing this. We're still behind you.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And it was when we went to those Gemini meetings too, it was just really cool to see, like, talking to like Neodesha and Fredonia, and how excited they were to come to these meetings, and like all the things they were going to be trying out and prototyping. And then after they prototyped and came back, and they'd share like all of that. It was a really neat thing to see how excited teachers were about this process. And everybody needs to remember, like, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but when you saw them, you never had a complaint. They were just excited about what this is going to do for their communities and their kids. And that's really motivated us. So we're really excited. We just had our first informational meeting on Wednesday, May 1st, for our public. And we're going to have more throughout the summer, and trying different ways to let our community know what this is and why we're excited about it. But it's going to be a really good thing.
Now, so do you guys feed into the junior high that's also going through the process? Okay. Is there another elementary school, or?
No, Frontenac, we're our one elementary, one junior high, one high school. We're all one campus. Like, we're all connected, one building. And we're about a 3A school. So yeah, we're right there. We can meet really easily. But yes, our elementary kids will go literally right down the hall to the junior high and go from there.
So when you were pulling community members in and all that, then was it just one big meeting where you guys all met together? Okay.
Yeah, we just had one big meeting where we pulled everybody in, and just kind of shared our why of why we want to do this. And we talked about, the futures now, everything is changing rapidly. And if we want to have, for our kids to be successful in this future, we just can't keep doing business as usual. We have a great school here, and we have great community support, but we know we need to change some things so that way our kids are prepared for their future.
What are some things that you're looking forward to, or are there? I know, being still kind of early in the phase, what are some things that you're looking forward to possibly looking at adapting or changing?
I know some of the things that we're going to continue. We started this year, even before redesign, we started a house system in our elementary. Myself and a colleague, Dwayne Taylor, were fortunate enough to go down to the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta, and we got to see all the awesomeness that goes on there. But we were really impressed with their house system and how it really had, the kids were really close knit, and it was all about relationships. So we came back this past summer, and our principal was on board with it, and our staff was on board. So we started a house system in our school, and it's been great. And we've really developed close relationships with the kids in our house. And, we got everybody from preschool to fifth grade in this. And we want to do more with it. We want to break it down to smaller, we were calling it like families. So that way we can even just have like deeper relationships with those kiddos. So I can see us possibly going into that way, leads right into like, social, emotional. I know some discussions especially with our staff, is that's some things we want to focus on there. But like I said, we're still early in the process, so we're going to, get feedback from our community. And most importantly, we got to get feedback from our students too. And and hear what they want and what they think we need, and put that all together. But I know with I think our house system has been a good thing, and I can see us continuing with that and fine tuning it and make it be a really, really good thing.
So how does the house system work? Do you have like 4 houses for the whole school, or I'm just drooling here. Like, this is so exciting. And
so what we did was we have 4 houses, and the houses' names are, we have a lot of Italian heritage here in Frontenac. So each house name is a value that we felt that we wanted our Frontenac students to leave here with. We have Coraggio, which is the red house, which means courage. Lealta, the greenhouse, which means leadership. Verita, the blue house, which means truth. And Amicizia, the yellow house, which means friendship. And we stuffed Mr. Taylor and his family stuffed colored paper into big black balloons, and we had like a pop, and that's your house. It was like
that's awesome.
Completely by random. And then a couple times each month we have house meetings where we work on relationship building, not just with teachers and students, but students with students. And we've had assemblies where we bring the band in and have little competitions to make it fun. The kids are they earn what we call brag tags or house points, and to make it just a little competitive, but also just to reward the kids for things they're doing well, and recognizing those leaders that go above and beyond. And it's really been a change in mindset with our school, just because we're always looking for the things that are going right instead of the things that are going wrong. So it's been amazing. Our PTO bought shirts for every kid. Every kid has a house shirt. Today was our walk jogathon, and every kid was wearing their house colors, and we were keeping track of the laps by houses. And one of the best feedback we got was a parent messaged I believe it was our principal, and it said, these it's not just a color anymore. It means something to them, and you're in the same house from now until forever. And it's been a great thing. So we just I know we're going to want to continue that, and we want to just tweak it and fine tune it so that we can make it even better for the students and build those meaningful relationships.
Well, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I'm like really geeking out to this, and now I'm trying to figure out a way to work it out in my own school.
I would highly recommend. You can always come down to Frontenac and visit and see how we do it. But it was really cool to see at the Ron Clark Academy how they do it. It's a middle school, so you can see how they do it, and those students that come back and like they know all the house cheers, and some of them are in college, and it's just impressive. And that's what we're wanting to build here is that. So it's been an awesome thing. We're really proud of it.
Yeah, it's just building a school-wide culture there, and like you said, it's not just about the colors anymore. It's about the family atmosphere you guys have created there.
Yeah, exactly. It's about being a family, and we always say, like, even though we have 4 separate houses, we're all in one house. We're the house of the Raiders, and on Fridays we always wear our school colors are black and white. We wear black and white on Fridays because we're all together. And great example today, like at our walk jogathon, we were all separate houses running, but all the houses were lined up. Everybody's giving each other's high fives as they run around, and I mean it's impressive to see. In just being 1 year, it's really cool, and I can't wait to see where we go from here.
So what are some other things that you guys are looking at possibly tweaking or changing?
With redesign, to be honest, I really don't know yet. I know we want to focus on social emotional. I know a lot of us are really excited about getting into the project-based learning and what that entails, and making sure it's meaningful project-based learning, and that the kids are doing hands-on work at all grade levels. And we've got some of that now, but I think we want to really dive deeper into that. We're fortunate to have we're one-to-one iPads in our elementary, so we've got the technology to personalize a lot of learning for the kiddos. But we want to make sure that we're not overusing that too. So we got to try to find the right balance. But like I said, we've got to make sure that I think a lot of our teachers, I know I've got some ideas of what I want to see, but we've got to make sure we listen to every stakeholder to see what we all want so we can put that together.
So you're just in the collaboration phase. You're just getting all the ideas together, and then you're going to start narrowing down. Does this all fit our vision?
Yep, that's it.
That's that's a really exciting, fun place to be. I just think you guys already have that head start that I think you guys are going to do some amazing things with this.
I hope so, and I know we will. I'm really excited about it. And we have such great community support here in Frontenac that I think we're going to see some really good things come out of it.
Well, excellent. So I think that being said, I would love to have you back on the show a year from now when you've been through all this and kind of hear what you actually ended up leaning towards and working towards and piloting. Are you guys planning on piloting stuff in the fall, or are you going to be looking at doing research next year and then towards the end of the year doing some piloting?
Yes, we're going to research the whole first semester of school, and then start piloting things in January. Even though we went to the meetings with the Gemini, we don't want to rush this at all. So we're gonna follow the steps exactly as every other Apollo school, every other Apollo school would, to make sure we do it correctly. So I'd be happy to come on after this and tell you what we're doing, and it's exciting.
I'm just so excited to hear all of these schools all coming on board, all having these visions for changing education. So I'm hoping sometime down the road we can all get together, like all of the Apollo, Mercury, Gemini, all of us together in one place. Might be a lot, but
it's amazing to think about. Like you got to think like that. I don't know. I just think it's so impressive that Dr. Watson and the state board is putting it in like teachers' hands and saying like, we trust you and we know you guys can do this. It's pretty awesome to think, and that's what I'm excited about. It's just, like it's going to be a really, really good thing for our whole state.
Right. I agree 100%. Now, if anybody's really excited about these ideas or they really want to hear more about your house system, what is the best way for someone to reach out to you?
Yeah, reach out to me. Twitter's the best way to find me. My handle is at Mr. Vesco, MRVESCO. And I've checked that probably way too much. That's the way you can get a hold of me. And if you're interested in what's going on here in Frontenac, or if you're interested more in Kansas Ed Chat and maybe want to lead one of those, or just anything education, just reach out to me. I'd be glad to talk to you that way.
All right. And yep, definitely check out Kansas Ed Chat on Monday nights at 8:00. And I'll be there. Tim will be there. It'll be a great time.
Definitely a great time.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the show. And that is it for this episode. For more information about this episode, check out my website, mrstockrocks.com. If you know someone doing something awesome in their classroom, let me know about it. I'd love to have them on the show. You can email me at teachlikeaninja@gmail.com or follow me on Twitter at teachlikeaninja. I've been your host, Josh Stock, 6th grade language arts teacher and self-proclaimed awesomeness expert. Until next time, looking forward and be awesome.